Well, I said I'd do the food spider web, so here it is. Again, this is going to require two different pictures. One for a set of tables, and another for a set of skills, because this really doesn't portray how bad the food spider web is. It's bad. It's not composite lumber bad, but it's bad. Again, so your workbench, the place from where all things spring, your workbench. Yes, that can make your masonry table, which makes the kiln, which makes the bricks, which make the boomery, which gets you the bakery oven, and then over this side, with carpentry, gets you the butchery table. Anvil comes across. You need the anvil makes the sawmill. You need the sawmill to make lumber. The anvil itself makes the cast iron stove. This guy, I've got to put this down, but it doesn't matter because he's actually that's in the wrong place now that I look at it. Cloth, steel, and cloth, iron, and lumber get you the kitchen, and then the stove itself is a product of steel and the machinist bench, and this doesn't really do it justice. The issue being that milling, which is a farming skill, is kind of required to do just about anything worthwhile with baking, and almost everything to do up here with cooking and advanced cooking. Back here, you got your campfire. You either start with one or this comes with one. I can't remember. Anyway, sticks and stones get you a campfire. Campfire cooking skill, okay, gets you the papers you need to learn butchery. You'll need butchery to do all the animal dismantling for the rest of this. So either your farmer or your cooker, your chef, there are words for these things, is going to be the one doing all your animal disassembly. The problem is both farming and cooking are kind of like constant activities. The guy with all the farming skills and the gathering skills is busy doing so much stuff, and then your cook is slaving away over a hot stove to make sure everyone else can do things. So there's some weird overlap in some of the skills, and we'll just go to the static image, and you'll get an idea what I mean. So here we are on the static image. Again, your three big hurdles to clear are the carpentry skill, smelting, and advanced smelting. Kind of like before. All the other skills are in there. I've cut out all the ones that aren't involved. You don't need to know where composites fits on this list, or oil drilling, because they don't really matter. Carpentry and masonry get you the books you need to get smelting. Tailoring gets you the cloth for basic engineering books, which get you everything where that blue line goes, which is also going to involve your ore processing. Figure that one out. Who ever thought that the ability to make cloth was so important in making everything else? You'll need mining to get pottery. Pottery gets you the kiln, which gets you the bricks to make baking. Smelting and lumber, the sawmill there in the middle, get the cast iron stove. Advanced smelting gets you industry, which gets you the electric stove. I still don't get why the cast iron stove runs anything that can burn, produces no smog. The electric stove smokes as though you'd think I was actually cooking. It's actually kind of depressing. And then the kitchen there involves iron, lumber, and cloth. But then the reason the tailoring line doesn't round out is you needed tailoring to get basic engineering to get everything else anyway. Campfire cooking gets you the skill books for butchery. Butchery gets you meat over the course of the entire game. Either your farmer can take butchery or your chef will take butchery. And then your chef is going to have to decide which path he wants to take, and to be completely honest, I don't think the baking and advanced paths are really worth it. Uh, there's really nothing in baking and advanced baking that gets you carbs on the same level as advanced cooking and the electric stove. I mean, yeah, okay, it's variety is interesting. If the nutritional wheel in the game wasn't the way it is, like once you get to advanced cooking and the stove, like the electric stove, you're concentrating on 3 foods. You're gonna make pineapple friend rice, sweet salads, and bear supreme, and that's it, right? A bunch of the stuff is going to require milling to make things like huckleberry extract and oil for infused oil and things like that, or wild mix and stuff. There's nothing in baking that's involved in that. Like, as much as I hate to say it, baking is, as of 0.9, redundant. It's on the list here for completion's sake, and because the oven looks nice. It really does. Like, everyone likes, unless there's, you have an issue with bread, everyone likes bread and everyone will eat bread. But in terms of carbs, you get better carbs in the game through all the salads. You might also notice that farming is up an awful lot higher on this list than on the other one, mostly because you need milling to take advantage of baking and advanced cooking. And you're going to want to take that a lot sooner than oil drilling. The other map was literally just to win the game, and I didn't care about calories at all in that one. Calories are big important. Like, I'd have to make... This map gets substantially more difficult to build if I include the food in it. So I'm not entirely sure I'm going to do that one. But at least here you can see the thresholds at which taking some of those skills are worthwhile. And then it's going to depend a lot on how many people you're playing with. That's going to determine who takes what skills. Like, I think the game is designed for 4 to 6 people. So your cook can grab butchery. Your farmer can grab a bunch of the farming stuff. I'd probably suggest the farmer take tailoring. Like, there's only 4 skills in farming, even in the entire gathering list. Gathering, farming, milling. Fertilizers is kind of a late game thing. Your farmer will always have something to do involving tailoring, because they're going to be gathering all the plant fibers to make all the cloth, to make the housing you need to get the stars for everyone else to do stuff. It's, if you're playing by yourself, this list will get really hard to do, because, well, for one, you obviously don't care about time anymore, do you? Second, the order to learn every skill in, I'm not sure how I would show that, because so many skills require things from other things, right? Yeah, okay, you can take basic engineering. You can't make any papers with it unless you've got tailoring and carpentry, right? Yes, all things seem to spring from carpentry. It's the way the game's set up. Hopefully this gives you a bit of a hand. If you're playing on a server, like, I hope you are, because the game is a lot more fun with other people to interact with. This should give you some idea of when it's worthwhile to even take some of the skills. Now, granted, smelting you can make. With luck, you want to have smelting on, like, day 4 on a server, right? Iron's not that hard to find. It's 20 blocks down in any desert, and it's all over the place. Once you have iron, you have so many other things. Steel's a slightly different thing. Your miner is going to be, well, to be honest, everyone should kind of help out in mining. The one guy doing mining is probably doing a lot of other things, but he's going to want the help. But this should give you an idea of when it's worthwhile to take these skills. If your party is still a ways off from, say, advanced smelting. Grabs, like, or even just, wow. Granted, advanced smelting only gets you the electric stove. You've already taken advanced cooking. So you're already there, right? If you've taken campfire cooking, butchery, cooking, and advanced cooking, you're about as far along as probably your miner who's had to take masonry, mining, pottery, and smelting at this point. You're about as far along as he is. Meaning, for all intents and purposes, you've kind of topped out your skill tree. And after that, you can grab a few other low-level things just to save. You don't have to go beg people for lumber or charcoal. Anyway, hope it gives you a hand. I'll throw this into Imgur and throw a link under the video if you want to have it. If someone asks, I'll try the full map. It's not going to fit on one screen, I tell you that much. And when I figure out what to do with my next video, I'll see you in the future.